freezing the body and then bringing it back to life. It's an immortality technology that humans dream of conquering. However, some creatures on Earth already possess it and have mastered this ability. When the cold wind of the northern hemisphere sweeps away the last autumn leaves, the forests of Alaska are first enveloped in silence, then are frozen through by the severe cold. The aurora borealis blooms in the night sky with brilliant colors, dreamlike and illusory. Charged solar particles from space collide with the Earth's atmosphere, creating this light show that's like a fairy tale. In the nests under the trees, there are a few small figures. They haven't had time to fully appreciate this visual feast before their fate is seized by the cold wave. As winter approaches, other creatures have already begun to migrate or hibernate to avoid the severe cold. Only these painted turtles, hatched last autumn, still maintain their upward posture and are frozen alive into ice sculptures. In the eyes of humans, they have been frozen to death. But in their cells, there's the ultimate code for resurrection. As night falls, the temperature drops to -16 degrees Celsius. Autumn leaves are covered in frost. Water droplets under the branches freeze into long icicles. The extreme cold penetrates from all directions. The wood frogs hidden under the leaves only hopped a few times before they froze in place. Their tiny bodies barely generate any heat, and their occasionally moist skin cannot withstand the cold. As their blood freezes, the wood frogs' hearts also stop beating. Even the light in their eyes freezes within the icy shell. The Arctic winter is even harsher. Caterpillars that were known to be eating voraciously had their vitality taken away by the severe cold in the blink of an eye. From their organs to their blood, they were completely frozen. Finally, they stopped breathing. Their hearts stopped beating. At this time, large areas were covered by ice and snow. In the extreme cold, it was as if everything had been put on pause. Only the Earth still revolved around the sun day after day. When spring arrives, the first ray of morning sunlight climbs over the horizon. This silent land begins to quietly revive. The heat generated by the sunlight revitalizes this frozen soil. Iceland poppies begin to move, following the sun's direction, because they can receive sunlight all day long. Their flower temperature is usually higher than the surrounding environment. The first to feel this warmth are the insects hidden in the flower's pistil. The cold snap of early spring has not yet completely dispersed. The warmth within the flowers is more precious than nectar. The remaining snow in the forest is melting rapidly. 1.1 drops seep into the painted turtles. As the body temperature rises above freezing, the weak electrical current in their brains begins to activate the various functions of their bodies. Their hearts also begin to beat vigorously. After these young painted turtles have revived, they peek out at the world for the first time. Thanks to this unique ability to come back from the dead, they become the first life to awaken in the forest. Before other animals, they enjoy the abundant resources that have been renewed. The wood frogs under the fallen leaves also begin to revive. First, the ice in their fingertips melts, and the frozen blood flows slowly through their blood vessels, aided by the slight trembling of their hearts. Finally, they begin to beat again. In 12 hours, the wood frogs completely thaw. All their bodily functions return to normal. The whole process is like a magical trick. Caterpillars covered in snow in the Arctic also begin to thaw. As one of the most cold-resistant animals on Earth, the woolly bear caterpillars are frozen at extreme temperatures of -70 degrees Celsius. Then they revive in the warm spring sunshine. They are the first insects to appear in the Arctic. Seizing this rare opportunity, the caterpillars continue to eat voraciously. These lives that were originally frozen to death have begun to revive one after another. The secret lies within them. Their cells contain high concentrations of urea and glucose. These substances are a natural antifreeze, which can prevent the formation of harmful ice within them, thereby protecting their key organs. This creates these miracles of life. Spring in the Arctic is fleeting. There is never enough time for the woolly bear caterpillars to eat. They can only hide under rocks when winter comes and be frozen into a solid lump. Until next spring, when they wake up again, they continue to eat, accumulating energy. "14 cycles of life and death." It has grown from a tiny larva into the longest-lived caterpillar in the world. Each freezing is a desire to survive. Finally, this spring, it has accumulated enough energy. Under a sunny rock, it begins to spin silk and form a cocoon. Each strand of silk is wrapped with 14 years of waiting. The cocoon gleams in the sunlight, finally completing its gorgeous transformation into a butterfly. It's a pity that 14 years of life and death cycles only bought it a few short days. In order to fulfill the mission of reproduction, which is inscribed in its genes, it must hurry to find a mate and mate.